Good evening. Welcome to Epiphany Lutheran Church in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Kevin Barger, the Director of Music Ministry. This is our Music Minute, where we take a look at the hymns for worship tomorrow. We're going to go in order today. So first, gathering hymn, When Morning Gilds the Sky. This is another of those anonymous German hymns. And while the title suggests that it might be about morning, when morning gilds the skies, it's really about a hymn of praise that's for all times, not just morning, evening, and even beyond that. Joseph Barmby wrote the tune. This particular person wrote 246 hymn tunes, and hymn tunes were more durable than his choral music was at the time. And most of them appeared in, say, one or two hymnals. Not very often, not very frequent. This particular hymn, however, shows up in more hymnals than any other. And I think the person doing research on this found 14 that it showed up in. And this is actually a good example of oftentimes composers are known for a certain style of music that they might do and they compose. And this hymn is not characteristic of what this Joseph Barmby actually did normally. So this is the one that's stuck with everybody and is used by the most number of people, but it is not his most common or characteristic of him. So this is a fantasia on When Morning Gilds the Skies. Feels a little bit like morning and the sky, a nice sunrise. Our hymn of the day tomorrow is How Clear is Our Vocation, Lord. And this was sort of the history came from Eric Routley, who asked Fred Pratt Green for a new text to this tune that had existed for quite a while. And Russell Schultz Vidmar requested a hymn on vocation for the University Methodist Church in Austin, Texas. So he was the joint music director there, And this tune actually came from the setting as part of an oratorio. So it was previously written and came from before that. And this new tune about our vocation, how clear is our vocation, Lord, came out of that. So this is How Clear is Our Vocation, Lord. Just a lovely tune. And for our sending hymn tomorrow, something from our new hymnal, All Creation Sings, Every Time I Feel the Spirit. The author of this well-loved African-American spiritual is unknown to us, and as is the case with many other spirituals, it references the experience of Jewish captivity in Egypt. And as such, it brings to a larger body of songs expressing a yearning for liberation and a desire for freedom. This energetic spiritual was reportedly heard and sung by President Abraham Lincoln when Mary Dines and her troupe of troubadours performed it at Lincoln's summer residence. So it has a long origin in history. And I'm going to go over to the piano for this and do a version of Every Time I Feel the Spirit. So another fun hymn from our new All Creation Sings worship resource. Thank you again for joining us this evening. If you're joining us in person, those times again for tomorrow would be 8:30 and 11. Masks are strongly encouraged since we are singing in those services. And if you are online, that's at 10:30 on YouTube. Thanks again for joining. Have a great evening.